Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has led the Thunder to the second best record in the league and the #1 seed in the West, while leading the league in scoring at 32.7 points per game. Doing this with incredible efficiency as well, posting 52.5% from the field, 37.3% from deep, and an even 90% from the line. But you may be asking, what makes him so good? Fans in comment sections on Instagram and every other social media app out there would have you saying, Shai is a free throw merchant, or he foul baits all the time. But I cannot disagree more. While he is second in free throws attempted per game at 8.9 free throw attempts, second to Giannis with over 10, every time he drives, he is not seeking free throws. He is seeking to get to his spot and getting the best available shot. Great players in our history, even great guards in our history, as recent as James Harden, go back to Michael Jordan. In the middle between that era, you go to Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant. They have been able to score these huge seasons of over 30 points per game. Have to factor in they're going to get to the free throw line. So I could not disagree more on the fact that Shai is a quote-unquote foul baiter, or is a flopper, or he is a free throw merchant. So if Shai is not a foul baiter and he's not getting to the line 30 times a night, what makes him so good at scoring? Or actually, what makes him so great at scoring? First, it's his ability to get downhill. Shai is better than anybody else in the league at that guard position at getting downhill. He is incredible with his ability to dip his shoulder and get past his defenders, use angles, manipulate the defense into getting the best available shot for himself and at times for his teammates, averaging over 6 assists per game. His first option off of that drive where he gets past his defender is the mid-range game. He ranks second in the entire NBA, only behind Kevin Durant, of course, at mid-range percentage. That is where he likes to get immediately after the drive, when he gets past his initial man or off a screen. He shoots an astounding 51.2% from the mid-range, and that factors in long mid-range jumpers as well, and the short mid-range. He is just so good at that and loves to get to the middle of the floor. When he doesn't want to pull up for the mid-range jumper though, he still has so many options once he gets past the initial defender or defenders. And that being getting all the way to the rim, where Shai shoots an absurd 71% on 353 attempts. Getting downhill for him is almost too easy. But let's say you back off a little bit and the defender does a good job not letting him get downhill. He can use his body to bump the defender and use it almost better than anybody I've ever seen to create some space and, of course, get to that mid-range jumper and knock it down, or bump you off your spot, take another dribble, another step, lay it in, and that's why he draws so many fouls. Shai, for somebody who isn't extremely muscular or big or weighs a lot, is extremely strong with his wiry frame, and he definitely uses it to his advantage, and you can see it when he bumps players on the way to the rim, or even just a spin off, a step back, anything like that. Creating space with his shoulders is extremely useful for him, and more players should, learn how to do that. But let's say the defender just says, hold on, I'm just gonna sack off almost completely, give him a ton of space. That is where Shai has improved a lot in his career. He did shoot over 40% from three when he was younger in the league, but now he is not only shooting it very well, but he's shooting a lot more attempts from three, shooting 38% from outside above the break, and has been more comfortable and efficient in his pull-up triples, which makes him an elite 3-level scorer. Drilling those triples makes him unguardable. When he has it going from outside, there is no stopping Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a reason why he leads the league in points per game, in total points, and 50-point games. He is unreal. His consistency and efficiency makes him one of the best scorers we have ever seen. The 3-level scoring from Shai is so impressive, and he has truly been one of the best scorers in the league for the past 3 or 4 years. I believe this season not only averaging that 32.7 points per game, but 30 points per game each of the past 2 seasons as well. And he is certainly making his case for MVP this year. Now I have 2 minutes of game film from this past Sunday where OKC ended up beating Denver, but I can show you why Shai is so great with his 3-level scoring, and I'll also show you a few defensive plays to show you why he really should be the MVP. This first play right here, Shai matched up with Christian Braun, kind of just gets right past him, but you can see that first step kind of catches Christian Braun, off guard a little bit. He attacks this top foot right here, gets downhill. But Christian Braun's a pretty good defender, pretty good athlete. Shai uses his shoulder right here to bump him off of his path and bump him off his balance. And Shai able to lay it in with the left hand. Now, admittedly, Jokic is not a great defender and wasn't really going to protect the rim much at all. And he really hasn't done that at all this season or in his career. But Shai here in the fast break, semi-fast break, you could say, uses this hesitation right here to almost freeze Christian Braun, but Christian Braun doesn't really bite on it. He says, hey, if you're going to shoot a pull-up 3, we are fine with that. So Shai says, hold on, I have a ton of space in this area right here. I'm just going to get downhill. Use my shoulder again right there. You see, boom, right there into the chest of Christian Braun. Up fake, and score. And I don't know what he said right here, but it looks like he was flexing a little bit right there. That's really how skilled Shai is, but also using his natural strength. Now, on this possession, gets a screen, working against Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray has really no chance of guarding Shai. 2 Canadians going against each other. Just sidesteps for an easy mid-range jumper where he shoots 51% from on the season. Here in isolation against Zeke Naji, who's actually been a solid defender this season and as of late. But right here, Shai, he's, Zeke Naji's 6'9", so you're not going to really be able to, use your length against a Zeke Naji. Boom, puts the shoulder into him, spins, and creates an open shot for himself. Gets a little friendly bounce and knocks it down. So already we've seen he can get to the rim, and he's using that patented mid-range jumper to create some open looks here. Gets switched with Christian Braun, and Christian Braun, respecting the fact that he has been beat a few times, Shai, boom, just uses this inside leg to create a lot of space on the step back. I mean, that's an uncontested shot for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He already gets it up, ball has already left his hands, and now Christian Braun is getting up the contest. And there is the 3-level scoring. He has already scored 3 levels in this game, and we still have 5 minutes left in the first half. Now he's matched up against Jamal Murray, gets a screen, Jokic on him, and he realizes that Jamal Murray kind of comes off this screen a little nonchalant, not really too overzealous. Shai peeks at the clock, only 5 seconds remaining. Got to get to work, get downhill, bump, loses the ball a little bit, regains it, step back, and drills the mid-range jumper. Here defensively making a nice play. This is where Shai has made his case for MVP. Nice block on Christian Braun, keeps the ball alive and in bounce. Next play. Good job getting your hands up defensively right there, trying to disrupt the pass, but Murray and Jokic, their 2-man game, undefeated. Here, Jokic, great body up there by Hartenstein, but Shai lurking, gets the block right there. I believe he had 4 blocks in this game. Then he gets downhill. I don't know why I said dude. I meant to say then, or boom. But he gets downhill, uses his right shoulder and a little bit of his off arm, a little chicken wing right there. But hey, he's a superstar. Refs are not going to call that on him sometimes. And then low pickup, which was kind of risky right there. And then was able to miss the layup. But again, a great look created off the block right there from Shai. There he is defensively locking in on Jamal Murray, who's one of the hardest guys in the league to guard, and gets the block. Shai just showing off his defensive chops right there. And OKC able to get the stop on this possession. Coming down here, second half, Shai has had himself a pretty good game thus far, and OKC's looking to pull away. Screen from Hartenstein, gets downhill. Now he is lower than Jokic, also attacks Jokic's top foot, which makes it a whole lot harder to defend him. But Jokic is a big body. He's not going to be able to be bumped off his path. So Shai just says, I will settle for this wide open mid-range jumper. And that is obviously cash money from Shai. Here, transition. I think this is a steal from Dort. It is. And now Shai trying to finish in transition. Boom. Uses his shoulder. A little bit of a chicken wing. I do understand why the Nuggets were kind of mad after this possession, because he definitely did push off a little bit. Westbrook is saying, hey, that's a push off chicken wing, but again, strength right there. And Zeke Naji, 6'9", not a super big dude in terms of, his build, but Shai able to just fend him off and lay it in. Here, Hartenstein over to Shai. Jamal Murray on him, so that's the matchup he likes. But look at this little hesitation move. He's got it in his right hand. Boom, gets downhill and gets the angle. You see his shoulder, it is lower than Jamal Murray, but Jamal Murray does a really good job of loading up for that. Uses his right shoulder to bump Shai, but Shai just creates enough space and drills the jumper, using his own shoulder to kind of counter-react that Jamal Murray shoulder right there. Boom, bump him off his path. Now Jamal Murray's kind of still going backwards while Shai is pulling back, creating a little bit of space. You're not going to guard me. Little sidestep to the left. Easy mid-range jumper for Shai. Just showing off his mid-range back a lot in this game. I believe this is a triple right here. No, it's not. But Shai getting lower than Christian Braun. That is a huge thing. He's able to dip his shoulder, get lower, boom. Brush Christian Braun off with that right shoulder again. You're not going to put a hand up. That's too easy for Shai, and he is blowing this game open. Now, downhill, Shai, this hezzy is nasty. Got Jamal Murray to react just enough. He starts putting that front foot forward. Shai able to just blow right past, and a crafty inside hand finish for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I will rewind that. Well, I'm trying to, but just a nice move there from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to get the bucket and puts them up by 17, up by 15 right here. Shai is looking. This is Sunday Showcase. This is the early game, I believe it was, at about 10 a.m. You're playing against Nikola Jokic, who just had 30, 20, and 20. Incredible. On Friday against the Phoenix Suns. And Shai is saying, hold on, I believe I'm the MVP. A lot of people don't like me because I get a lot of free throws. But hold on, I'm going to try and put a dagger in this game and cement my MVP case in front of some voters. Tim Legler and I believe Dave Pash were on the call. And I think they both mentioned they're MVP voters. And why not do it against one of the former Thunder greats as well? Step back, or not even a step back, just pulls up. You're giving me enough space, knocks down the triple. I kind of talked over that whole play, but Shai just cementing his MVP case, especially with this jumper right here. You back off, you give me space, I'm knocking it down. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what a game from him. Thank you everybody for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe and let me know in the comment section below if you like this content and if you want to see more of it. I will see you guys next time. Peace.